And we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your favorite wrestling fan here, Eric Rodriguez, every Monday night live on the GSMC Sports Network, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time here to talk about the greatest thing in the world, professional wrestling, all the action inside and outside of the ring, all the backstage curtain calls, all the rumors, all the drama. We talk about, conspiracy theories in terms of storylines. We talk about superstar and active statuses, also injury updates. We also talk about promotions like WWE to AEW, New Japan Professional Wrestling, basically anything in terms of the world of professional wrestling. If it makes major news, we talk about it here on this show, 1010%. So do not be afraid to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show so you guys can get some notifications when we go live or when we publish new content. All right, without further ado, we have some AEW Dynasty. Let's go and dig on into it. It's going to be good. Last Dynasty was actually pretty badass. Swerve Strickland winning the AEW World Heavyweight Championship was super cool. But this match, this card only had 6 matches on it, which is not like AEW, which is definitely not like AEW. We recently had Grand Slam Australia, I think it was. I think we had Grand Slam Australia, which was a bombshell, which was pretty badass. But Dynasty is definitely one of AEW's top pay-per-views of the year. So it's live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. A lot of fans out there out in Philly. So I feel like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great. First match, we have a triple threat match for the AEW International Championship. Speedball, Mike Bailey, Kenny Omega, and Ricochet. This match is gonna be pretty cool. You're gonna get a lot of unique offense between the 3 individuals. This is going to probably get a "This is awesome" chant within the first 5 minutes of it. I feel like it's gonna be badass. But ultimately, my prediction is Kenny Omega retains the AEW International Championship. They're building up toward unifying that International Continental Championship with one of the greatest feuds in professional wrestling with Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega. At All In, that's a money-making match right there. Love Ricochet. I feel like he's going to be absolutely arsenal in this match. He's going to put on a great... And same with Speedball. Oh, my God. I love Speedball Mike Bailey. After coming to AEW, I thought this is going to be good for him. Right now, Ricochet's character, with this whole feud with Swerve... Not really, I feel like if Ricochet was going to be that much of a heel, maybe you should have put a title on him, maybe. But right now he kind of seems like just like that laughing clown. Because I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that, because I had high hopes for Ricochet when he left WWE, because ultimately I felt like Triple H, Vince McMahon, whoever, Pritchard, they wasted Ricochet. I thought he was gonna do better things in WWE, but hey, you can't really blame it there. Now he's in AEW. I feel like he will become some kind of a champion within 2025. And then you got the newly acquired Speedball Mike Bailey from TNA. When he left TNA, I was like, okay, where is this guy going? I have to make sure I pay attention to all his whereabouts. I want to see this man wrestle again. Speedball Mike Bailey. But they can't take down Kenny Omega. And here's why. I feel like they are building up a match with Okada and Omega for the unification of this title, because at this point, why even have 2 mid-card titles? Why? Then you have the Ring of Honor, then you have Ring of Honor, New Japan Professional Wrestling, then you have, the CMLL. I feel like having 2 mid-card titles is kind of a waste. And I know you also have the TNT Championship as well. So, and the TNT Championship so far has been kind of booked better than the International Championship. Well, you know what? Then again, that's not true, because I did like it when Will Ospreay won it. I thought that was pretty badass. Kenny Omega obviously dethroning Konosuke Takeshita of the Don Callis family. So I feel like it does pay its, dues. But at the end of the day, you can kind of mesh up a storyline with, Okada, Omega, Callis family, and it's, I feel like it'd be great for AEW. But out of this match, I have Kenny Omega retaining. Next, we have the AEW World Women's Championship. Toni Storm, the timeless Toni Storm, takes on the rising powerhouse heel of Meagan Bayne. You know, I feel like Meagan Bayne needs to win, mostly because you kind of have to have the women's division, which has kind of been a little lackluster lately. You need to have these younger new faces kind of get a little bit of love, because AEW is kind of ultimately notoriously known for you have rising young women stars, and then you would just have them lose and then kind of fizzle out in the mid card title picture somewhere. Now that you kind of have Mercedes Moné as a TBS champion, and you don't really see it going away anytime soon. Tony Khan loves his Mercedes Moné. Having the AEW Women's Championship, I do love the timeless Toni Storm. Definitely well deserving. Maybe Mariah May comes back, screws over Toni Storm, and you kind of have a part 3. I think it's part 3. Yeah, it's part 3. Each of them, I think they're 1-1 against each other, so they've each won one. No, wait, no, that's not. Oh God, I feel like they did have that tiebreaker, which was the Hollywood ending, but I could be wrong. I feel like this Mariah May Toni Storm storyline has not really, it's not going anywhere. So, having the title won by Meagan Bayne would be pretty, I want to be fully for it. And that's the reason why I'm having such a huge obligation of, I'm kind of having a battle within myself. I want to tell myself that Meagan Bayne is the right choice to dethrone Toni Storm, but then again, Toni Storm's just so damn good. She's just such an amazing champion. But then if Meagan Bayne doesn't win, who's going to be the next one to do it? I'm 50-50 right now. 50-50 between Storm and Meagan Bayne. But, just kind of give the slightest edge, I'll give it to Toni Storm here. I'll say 51% Toni Storm's going to retain the AEW Women's World Championship. 49% says Meagan Bayne becomes the new. But, it's right there split in the middle. We have the AEW World Trios Championship, rated FTR, going up against the Death Riders pack, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta. They've had those titles for quite some time. You kind of have this story breaking up between, do you want to break up rated FTR? No, not rated FTR. Do you want to break up FTR? You have Dax Harwood, turn on Adam Copeland or Cope. That that storyline could do well within a couple of within some time, but then again, I don't really see that being the better option. Cope was so freaking close of winning that AEW World Championship against Jon Moxley. It was so close, so freaking close. That Full Gear, damn it was so close. Revolution. I personally think you got to give the titles to rated FTR here. I do love the Death Riders, and they've had, the whole story between Jon Moxley and everybody basically going up against everyone in the AEW locker room has been, it's been good. It's been cool and all that. Something needs to give, though. And, I would rather have, I feel like either Jon Moxley loses the championship at Dynasty, or, you have the Death Riders. And as of right now, you kind of have to have the Death Riders. I feel like, after they lose this match, that's when maybe you'll start seeing the Death Riders implode a little bit. Maybe you start seeing, a little bit of, confliction between Wheeler Yuta and Jon Moxley and the whole gang. Then you have, Wheeler Yuta totally frustrated and, he's sick of being treated like crap by John. So then, he tries to stand up for himself. And, of course, he gets, kind of rubbed out of the Death Riders there. And, maybe that's... But I feel like the rated FTR... I know Dax Harwood, obviously frustrated with Cope. Frustrated even with his own partner, too. But I feel like they need to win these trios championships. I would love to see that more than anything. Next, we have a TNT Championship. No time limit, no outside interference. Maybe this is the reason why there's only 6 matches on this card. We're going to get essentially kind of like an Iron Man match between, Daniel Garcia and Adam Cole, which is going to be good. Nothing against that whatsoever. But are these two superstars entertaining enough? Can they put on a motion picture inside the ring for that much time? I feel like they could. I'm not not hating, not trying to throw any kind of baggage anywhere. I do like Daniel Garcia. I do like Adam Cole. I feel like these two guys are going to have an amazing instant classic match at Dynasty. Possibly the match of the night here, and I'm super excited. Can't wait to see it. No outside interference, so we're gonna get straight up gentleman's draw in a wrestling match. I can't wait to see what happens. Coming out the victor, there has to be the victor. I have Adam Cole coming out on top. I do, and nothing against Daniel Garcia. He's been one hell of the TNT Championship, obviously dethroning the scapegoat Jack Perry, who's recently been nowhere to be found, along with the Young Bucks. So we have to have the Undisputed Kingdom win some gold. I do. I feel like eventually maybe they'll wind up back on top. Roderick Strong, maybe Kyle O'Reilly challenge for those AEW World Tag Team Championships with the Hurt Business. Maybe, maybe not. But we just need something different. The TNT Championship picture, you don't really see it that much on Dynamite, which I watch Dynamite predominantly. I watch, Collision here and there. Not that I'm hating on Collision or Rampage, but I don't know. Dynamite's just, Wednesday nights, Collision, Rampage, Friday nights, Saturday nights. The kids, they stay up past their bedtime. You can't sneak away and watch wrestling, after their bedtime at 8 o'clock. So yeah, I have Adam Cole winning this match pretty soundly, and I feel like it's going to be a match of the night. Next, we have Jon Moxley defending his AEW World Championship against Swerve Strickland. Swerve won this title at Dynasty against Samoa Joe. So would it be nice little, poetic justice, a little bit of irony here of Swerve Strickland, beating Jon Moxley. But I know what's gonna happen, and it kind of sucks. You're gonna get some Hangman Adam Page interference, and after the feud with Hangman and MJF kind of went under, now you have Swerve with this new chapter that him and Hangman want to write, which is cool and all. But the AEW World Championship, a lot of people claim that Darby will kind of pull up the upset and defeat Jon Moxley, become the AEW World Champion. And that could work. That could work. I know right now he's kind of scaling the mountains of Everest right now, but at Texas All In, that would be probably going to be when Jon Moxley loses the championship, being brutally honest. And I don't think it's going to happen on Dynasty. I would love to see Swerve become a 2-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Maybe sometime later within the picture, maybe you have Hangman Adam Page get involved and you see those the three men go at it in a triple threat match at All In. But I don't know. I just don't see Jon Moxley, because I feel like when he loses the championship, not that the Death Rider storyline isn't appealing, or not that it's not popular, not that it's not been entertaining on the brand. But, Moxley holding the AEW World Championship is just perfect. And, he's in charge of his own storyline writing. He knows that for him to lose the championship, this is something that needs to be astronomically, out of this world. You need to have this, justice all planned out. You know what I mean? You need to have this ultimately, make sense. And, Swerve coming in, he just had that badass rivalry with Ricochet. And now, he's coming after Jon Moxley. It just doesn't really make sense right now. It doesn't make sense for Jon to lose the championship. Like I said, Jon Moxley's in charge of his own creative plans. He knows that. He wants to lose. I feel like he does want to give up the AEW World Championship, but he's like, you know what? It just has to make sense. He sees how the championships have been thrown around with not just AEW, with all wrestling promotions, and sometimes it doesn't really seem like, it sticks, or it doesn't really create a lot of credibility amongst the wrestling universe. So he's a smart man. When we see it coming, maybe we'll see it coming from a mile away, maybe we won't. But I don't think Swerve Strickland at this time is going to be the new AEW World Heavyweight Championship holder. But AEW Dynasty, do not miss it. It's going to be this Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you check it out from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And it's going to be good. Something about AEW pay-per-views, I love them. I love them 1,010%. I think they're great. And, definitely money worth spending. All right, guys, so hey, do not go anywhere. We have Seth Rollins becoming a sports journalist. We're going to talk about it here on this show. So grab your favorite snack, grab your favorite high school beverage, and join me here in about 20 seconds. So hey, do not go anywhere.